The massive manhunt after a rape of an MNC executive has led to the arrest of a rapist cab driver. The Delhi police claims to have arrested the accused Shiv Yadav from Mathura. A team of Delhi police crime branch earlier reached Mathura in western UP. In connection with the manhunt, the Delhi police had formed 12 specialized teams to arrest the cab driver of Uber cabs. A reward of ₹1 lakh was also announced by Delhi cops for any information leading to his arrest.
The prime accused in this case, Shiv Kumar Yadav, has been arrested from Mathura. He'll be brought to Delhi immediately. He'll be moved to Delhi immediately. Rest details we will disclose you later. The prime accused, Shiv Kumar Yadav, has already been arrested.
मथुरा और दिल्ली पुलिस का जॉइंट ऑपरेशन था जिसमें कि ये अरेस्टिंग की गई है। आप इसके बारे में पूरी जानकारी डीसीपी नॉर्थ दिल्ली हैं, उनसे आपको पूरी जानकारी आपको डीसीपी नॉर्थ सर हैं दिल्ली में, वो आपको पूरी जानकारी।
Well, joining me now on the phone line is Shamina Shafiq. She is the member of the National Commission for Women. Ma'am, the driver has been arrested, but it also raises a lot of question on the security situation in the national capital.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, it's a prime concern, the safety of women in public spaces, especially the transportation system, which ought to be safe because women are working, women are studying, women are moving out of the houses. So obviously, I mean, we need to ensure that they have safe public spaces. And it's good that the police people have at least arrested the culprit. But now we are looking forward to some speedy justice so that at least the criminals out there in the open, they get a very strong message that they cannot get away with any such thing. That is very, very important.
Absolutely, but you know, the question also is about not only about the policing, but you also the kind of measures that the government had spoken about after 16 December 2012. They seem not have taken place on the ground. Not much has changed.
We need to have stricter monitoring mechanisms because whenever any such unwarranted incidents take place, then we start talking about it. Actually, we need some very, very strict vigil monitoring system, whether the systems are in place or not, whether there are regular checks and balances in place or not. I think that is the need of the hour. And for that, all of us, including the administration, the government, the civil society, the NGOs, the commission, each one of us, we need to work cumulatively. That is the only possible solution. And one more thing I want to add here. I think we need to have a panic button somewhere because despite of having the tracking system, the GPS system, unless we have a panic button with the girls, with the women, we'll not be able to, find out whether the woman is in problem or not. So we need to find out somehow, I think the mobile companies, the service providers, they need to give us a solution where the women have a panic button at their end.
All right, thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us on the broadcast. Well, breaking now, these are the first exclusive image of the man who the police have arrested. This picture that you see on your screen is that of the rapist cab driver, Shiv Kumar Yadav. This is an exclusive that we in fact have here on Headlines today. This picture of the man who in fact on your screens was the cab driver who raped this woman. Let me now quickly go across to Mr. Rajan Bhagat. He is the PRO of Delhi Police. Sir, could you bring us up to speed on the developments in this case? By when are we expecting this driver to be brought into Delhi?
Just one thing I would like to share with you.
Yes, sir.
That one, Shiv Kumar Yadav, aged 32 years, son of Ramnath Yadav, has been arrested from Mathura. But one thing, what you are telling that you are showing some picture and you are claiming that it is of Shiv Kumar Yadav. I will request you not to show the picture since test investigation parade is yet to be conducted. Investigation is in progress. You are requested to cooperate with the investigation. Therefore, even if you have the photograph, it should not be telecasted.
Absolutely, sir. We will, of course, take care of that, sir. By when are we expecting this accused to be brought in Delhi?
He's being brought and investigation is in progress, and rest of the things, whatever are the investigation details, we will share with you in the due course.
Sir, could you also share with us how he was arrested and exactly from which place was he picked up?
He was arrested from Mathura, and Delhi police has arrested him. That is the maximum I can share with you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bhagat, for joining us on the broadcast. Mr. Bhagat, of course, giving us those very important details about the arrest of this accused. He was arrested from Mathura. That is what he told us, and also that he has now been brought into Delhi. The investigations as far as this case is concerned is still on. Let me now go across to my colleague Pankaj Upadhyay, who is also joining us on the phone line. Pankaj, the PRO there confirming that the accused has been arrested. He is already in Delhi. What else is the development as far as this case is concerned?
Ankit, investigations are still underway. We can safely say driver suspected of having sexually molested the state executive is now reportedly arrested, as has also been confirmed by the Delhi police. But as we saw earlier in the day, another person who was also a suspect, also arrested, was detained, in fact, and later it was found out that he was not the real accused. So Delhi police was under a lot of pressure. In fact, the student fraternity by the evening time had started dharna pradarsan outside the police headquarters as well. And this will be a wake-up call, Ankit, for the Delhi police. They will realize the gaping loopholes where they really exist. Because after the Nirbhaya episode, as we all saw, tall claims were made by the Delhi police that they had fixed in all the loopholes. But then these loopholes are now coming out in the open, and Delhi police will have a tough time now fixing them. They also really need to realize that Delhi also has a very bad block of being the crime capital of this country. So a lot of work really needs to be done. This case has really highlighted yet another area where they really need to work. Yet another important fact also remains, there are many companies that have, multinational companies that have come up, in not just in Delhi NCR, Gurgaon, in Delhi as well, where a lot of cab drivers are hired by the companies.
Yes.
What are the credentials? Are the details shared by the police? Are they alert all the time? And as the guest was also saying, you really need to press the panic button now. When we have all these companies, are the police team alert enough? Are they keeping a close tab on it? Are the ladies of Delhi safe enough? So a massive task up at hand for the Delhi police. As far as this case is concerned, fortunate for the Delhi police now, after a massive manhunt, they have been successful in nabbing this culprit. Tomorrow, he will be produced in the court.
Thank you so much, Pankaj, for bringing us up to date with the latest developments. Of course, let me just sum it up. This, after a manhunt of over 24 hours, the Delhi police has now successfully nabbed this taxi driver. Remember, it was on Friday night that this 27-year-old executive working with an MNC in Gurgaon was raped by this driver after she boarded this Uber cab. Now, police is saying that he is already in Delhi, and further investigations are taking place as of now. The Delhi cops have identified glaring loopholes in the private cab company Uber's functions after an MNC executive was raped by one of its drivers. A notice has been sent to the management of the private taxi major. The police has asked the Uber management to join the probe. Police has asked the management of Uber to give their statement tomorrow. Probe so far has revealed that no commercial badge was given to the driver. There were no background checks, and not even a police verification of the driver was conducted. He was working for the company for the last 6 months. 3 drivers drove this car. The car, in fact, owned by the accused. After committing the crime, he switched off his phone at around 1:10 a.m. on Saturday morning. Despite his phone being switched off, company didn't get in touch with either the victim or the driver. The cops, in fact, reached Uber office at 8 a.m. on Saturday till 11 a.m. The company was not able to provide any information to the police. The accused, in fact, may have gotten away if it was not for the victim's presence of mind. Despite being in the condition she was in, the victim displayed exemplary strength. She had been beaten up and threatened with dire consequences if the matter was reported to the police. The distress call was made just half hour after she was dropped. Not only that, the girl managed to click a photograph of the cab and record its registration number, a move that eventually helped the police in identifying the taxi driver. Let me now take you across with the sequence of events that took place on Friday night. At 7 p.m, the 27-year-old who works with an MNC went for dinner with her colleagues. At 11 p.m, she boarded a cab from Delhi's Vasant Vihar area with a friend who got dropped off first. Alone in the cab, the 27-year-old dozed off in the cab. She woke up at around 11:35, only to realize she was at an isolated spot. It was then that the cab driver raped her and then threatened her of grave consequences if she complained to the police. At around 1 a.m, the accused dropped the victim near her house, after which the girl filed a complaint with the Delhi police at 1:25 a.m. The accused, who has now been arrested, has been charged under 3 sections so far: 376 for rape, 323 for voluntary causing hurt, and 506 for criminal intimidation. What the Delhi rape has done is punched several big holes in the claims of security by various new age taxi services operating in the national capital. It's proved how easily the systems can be bypassed if someone so desires.
It's a rape that refreshed memories of 2 years ago, of a braveheart who exposed her vulnerable womenwear in the national capital. What happened in this taxi has once again shown that the situation is not much better after 2 years. This despite an explosion in high-tech taxis plying on roads sponsored by corporates, making tall claims of safety. Uber, the global company which ran the taxi, a company recently valued at $40 billion by some analysts, claimed safety was its highest priority and that the company was working with the police to assist them in every way. The company immediately suspended the driver's account and said it had layers of safeguards such as driver and vehicle information and live information to ensure accountability and traceability at all times. The statement immediately contradicted by the police, who according to sources were appalled by the lack of security measures. There was no background checks on the driver, no GPS trackers in the car, not even call logs. These logs apparently can only be accessed from the company's US headquarters.
इसमें कहीं ना कहीं कंपनी दोषी है जो ऐसे एम्प्लॉइज को उन्होंने रखा हुआ है.
There has been a virtual explosion of radio taxis in the city, a mode of transportation preferred by the upwardly mobile for its convenience and perceived safety. However, if these tall claims of safety can be shattered by a simple deletion in the handset, then the owners of these radio taxis need to relook into their system. With camera person Sanjay Khan, this is Pankaj Upadhyay in New Delhi.